Hello, welcome back to most likely the last episode series, seeing as how we are about to um dang it, I can't think of the word. Question, because that's not what I was thinking, it was more the police word, but anyway, let's just question our suspect. Interrogate, that's it. Oh, it's doing the thing again. Weird, like never did that before, but now it's done it twice.
This man is not in good shape.
Wonder what I have to hold group together. It's a bit harder that way.
He is worried and very tired. And other police have been hard on him.
Most likely. Okay. Let's question him.
What do you want from me?
Ask who he
Are
is.
you Alexander Bonaparte Cust?
So? You find my name ridiculous, is that it? Huh?
I am
Kind
Hercule
of.
Poirot, and I want nothing other than the truth.
Ah, you're the detective.
Yes. Ask why he sent the letters.
Why did you send me a letter before each crime?
Why all these questions? When are you going to stop pestering me?
Man, good. We have all kind of hard evidence against you. Better, like, either try help yourself to the lower sentence or whatever, or if you're working for somebody else, give them up or whatnot. Get him to admit that he is.
Maybe you forgot that you wrote these letters.
Yes, it's true. Sometimes I forget. Maybe I did type them.
Okay. Ask if he's
Are
capable
you
of killing.
capable of murder, Mr. Cust?
All these questions are giving me a headache.
I'm not buying it. Huh.
Poor man. I am
Yes.
not going to leave before
Oh, but why do I have to start talking to him again?
he is in no state to reply.
Bruh! Oh, we have the medicine, right? Cough medicine. This was the other one's a sedative. So. Here,
Take this. It
take
will
a
help
sip
you.
of my scissor.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh shit! Not the whole bottle, you fucking nut.
Oh, good God, my shirt is covered in blood again.
Bon. I now know where the bloodstains Mrs. Marbury saw came from. Are you well enough to speak?
Okay.
Yes, I feel much better.
Ask if he's capable of
Are
killing
you
again.
capable of murder, Mr. Cust?
All these questions are giving me a headache.
Okay. Same answer. Get him to talk about the army.
You suffered during the war.
It's true. I was wounded. I suffered. But
What?
the army was the only place I didn't feel inferior. No questions. Just orders to follow.
But ever since you were wounded, you have absences, bouts of amnesia.
And headaches.
Professor Clark treated you.
Yes, a few years ago he really helped me with my burned throat.
Oh. They are surely making it sound like he might not be the killer, but like it's just so much evidence. Accuse him of the 3 murders.
But you killed him, as well as 2 other people.
That's what they all say.
Say that witness
You
saw
were
him in
seen
TikToks.
at all the crime scenes.
Yes, I was. I travel a lot, but not for pleasure. I am terribly unwell in trains. But I had to respect my engagements. My employer gave me very precise written instructions about the towns I had to visit.
Let's see. The company you claim to work for, Silky Legs, has never heard of you. And as for these letters they sent you, they were written on your own typewriter.
The company sent me the typewriter when I started working for them.
Yes, but the letters were received afterward.
Yeah. Proves that you
It
shoot him,
proves
yeah?
that you wrote them.
I may have. Good God! I don't know what's happening to me. My head
It's
hurts
like-
terribly.
Double personality disorder or something. Okay. Give him the sedative.
Take this. It will help you.
Oh, I think I'll be fine.
You better be.
Let us see, Cust. Look at me. You know very well that you committed these murders?
Yes, I know.
But I'm not wrong in saying that you do not know why you committed them.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Think double personality and some other issues. Make him do weird stuff. Yeah, I got new something, whatever that means. Talk to Jeb. Weird.
And what conclusions have you drawn?
Plenty. It might help us to understand him a little better.
It's definitely like a weirder story, not
Let us
cliche
now
like
try
most
and get our brain cells to work.
of these type of movies, games, stories, books, whatnot go. What do we know about Cust's health? Hemostasis, abscenses, problem with his throat. Yep, that's true. Are there any clues that do not support Cust's guilt and Kirsten murder? Buttonhole and behind? Yeah, that was my second. Third guess, I guess. Yeah. Are there any clues that do not support Cust's guilt? A reason did not recognize. Do not support Cust's guilt. He didn't recognize him. Yeah, and that he doesn't have an all. Maybe somebody is using his absent-mindedness to like frame him, since he does not know if he did things or not. Can we say without a shadow of doubt that Gus is guilty? He says not right. He had no reason to kill them. Damn, we're so close. So like,
I
damn,
don't
who
see
else
any
could it
clearer
be?
than before. This is
I mean,
worse.
it's kind of getting
There is
stereotyped
one
right
point,
now.
Twilight.
That it's not
Secure.
the obvious
Cust
guy.
admits that he killed, but he does not know why. What did Dr. Thompson say? Even if Cust killed while in an altered state, it still must have been his deepest desire. He must have had a motive.
Let's keep it simple. Never mind his motive. He confessed.
Also
But
true.
you see, he can confess to anything and everything. He denied the murders and then he confessed to them. He confirmed that he never typed the letters, then with great ease, I managed to get him say quite the opposite.
Come on, he behaved like a guilty man. He lied to his landlady.
Because deep down he believes himself guilty. From the papers he noticed that he had always been at the scene of the crimes. He must think that he killed and then simply forgot what he had done.
How can you be so sure?
Let us look at his psychological profile. You will understand my point of view.
Yeah, I mean,
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
It all makes sense, but I don't know who else it could be. Plus clever, yes. Okay, that part is clever. Okay, so always well on train, so that kind of will track him. Yeah, and he didn't feel just mediocre. Yes. Killed when the street suspected people. Harry hasn't shy. That's also true. Yeah, he is not able to seduce anybody. Yeah, I'm definitely not one Betty would fall for. Passenger timetable, maybe the murder like trains. Oh, he hates trains. The methodical prepares crimes. You have to get to leave the intriguing secret behind. Yes, that one is just too long for me to read. Without ABC, you might have suspected Mrs. Archer. Yeah, he doesn't have. Yeah, he is miserly. He doesn't even have money to buy so many ABC.
You see? Cuss' character is quite the opposite of the murderer's.
But if he's a madman, can we really talk about his character?
You know very well that our murderer does not behave like a psychopath. Apart from the signature, there is no ritual repetition in the choice of victims.
Very well, you're right as always. So we have no confession, no culprit, no suspects, nothing. And all that after 2 months of inquiry? What should I do?
Have faith. Just give me 24 hours.
Cust's arrest is a great success for you, Poirot. It's all clear now, except maybe 1 or 2 details.
Details. Ah, mon ami. The devil is in the detail, as we say.
Excuse me?
Patience, Hastings. Everything will be clear once our guests arrive. Best be prepared. Slip a revolver into your pocket before they do.
A revolver? But Poirot, what are you afraid of?
Trust me. It is important you carry a weapon for this meeting. I will lend you mine.
Hastings bowed
What about
cap and
telling me
ass.
what you have in mind?
Surtout pas. You wouldn't be able to play your role. Wait 1 moment, I will bring you my weapon. The white ammunition are blank cartridges. The others are real bullets.
Okay, better take blanks.
The revolver is loaded with blanks. I still have time to choose. The revolver is loaded with real bullets. I still have time to choose blanks.
No, blanks. That's the whole
revolver.
smart thing, I believe. Give it to him. Let's see how this
Voila,
plays.
I don't trust you with my weapon. It has hardly been used. It is almost new.
And there goes phone.
Chief Inspector, is that you?
Yes. Sorry, but we haven't found anything.
Have you checked the typewriter?
And the packaging, the letter, and the ribbon reel. We've only found prints left by Cust and his landlady.
Well, never mind. I shall make do.
So, are you still going to hold your meeting?
Of course, Chief Inspector. I can hear my guest coming up the stairs.
Why have you
Maybe
brought
it's
us
the
here, Mr.
landlady,
Poirot?
but that would be kind of
Since
weird.
Cust's arrest, I
also.
thought it was all done and dusted. Miss Gray formally identified him, as well as Miss Barnard.
Yes, and the stockings he saw drove the same brand as the ones found at my aunt's.
This is all true. However, a case is not closed if some questions remain open. And one question is, why did the murderer send me his letters? Why did he challenge me, Hercule Poirot?
Perhaps he wanted to play with you, to taunt you.
Xenophobia? Maybe he didn't like you because you're foreign.
I may be wrong, but maybe by provoking you he was looking for glory?
All these theories should be studied.
Viable options, to be honest.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay, why did murderer make a mistake in the address? Saved him. And yeah, intentional. Because I don't know why. Why did kill send these letters to priority or glory is the ones that I think. Oh. Right to Poirot because it's not very well known. Oh, indicating he is smart, he knows things. Yeah.
Is everything clear now?
You might like to explain your reasoning again.
Of course. First of all, remember that the murderer made it a rule to always post his letter before the murder. He never digressed from that rule. However, in Churston, he encountered a problem. The village has only 500 inhabitants. With advance warning, it would be easy to arrest him. Therefore, the murderer delayed his letters deliberately with the wrong address. The plan wouldn't have worked if he'd sent it to Scotland Yard or the papers because everybody knows their addresses. The mistake would have been corrected and the letter would have been on time. That is why the murderer chose me as the recipient.
Because for his plan to succeed, it was necessary for at least one of the letters to have a wrong address and get lost. It was very cunning.
Absolutely. It is a very subtle plan. It matches the profile we have drawn up of him perfectly. That of an intelligent, daring and calculating murderer.
But that's not how you describe Cust.
You are quite right, mademoiselle. Like you, I find it hard to believe that this dull character is the clever murderer we are looking for.
Do madmen... I mean, if he's mad, he might have two very different sides.
No doubt. But the murderer is not mad. All the specialists agree that he does not have the profile of a psychopath.
But if Cust is not guilty, how do you explain his presence at the scene of the crimes?
Mr. Clark, the answer to your question is in the medical records of your brother's patients. Documents which Cust most certainly did not have access to. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Franklin, then. He has access. What do you know about Custs? Easily influenced. Door-to salesman. And okay, let's wounded during the war. Uses but to explain Gus presses at the crime scenes. Damn it. Oh wait for this. Yeah. Realized it a bit too late. Yeah, like
Dr. Clark's patients' records provided a very useful list of potential victims, sorted by
if that's the
alphabetical
case,
order.
then somebody
The killer
needed to
definitely
have access
used
to
it,
his
explaining
typewriter.
the fact that all the victims were former patients of the doctor. It is this fact that clears Cust once and for all, because he never had access to these records. So how did he happen to be at the scene of the crimes? Either the murderer sent him there, or Cust was following him closely. Cust's highly suggestible nature leads us to the second hypothesis. The murderer was manipulating him. He systematically sent Cust to the towns where he was going to strike, so that the suspicion would land on the poor man's shoulder.
That's evil. What sort of killer could have such a plan? And what would he gain from three completely different murders?
Indeed, it seems unlikely that the same murderer committed all the crimes. What should we take from that?
Oh shit! That just one murder is is of interest to the killer. That the murderer kills for pleasure. That's highly possible. That the killer has developed a taste for murder. It's also possible. That there are 3 murderers. I think 3 murderers working together.
There is not one murderer, but 3 accomplices, who all use the same scenario.
Do you mean that 3 murderers with quite different aims joined forces to create a smoke screen? Here's another question. Is it still necessary to find a motive for each crime? And the one in Andover poses problem. Why was poor Mrs. Asher killed?
Yeah, that's also true.
Indeed. It would be best to forget the theory.
That's true. So no 3 murderers. Could be that he just had one interest and used it to mask it up.
Just one murder was of benefit to the murderer. The others were just diversions. On reflection, there is only one conclusion. The murderer killed once out of interest and twice to divert our attention. This reasoning points at 2 potential culprits.
Franklin Clark.
Donald Fraser?
Yes, mademoiselle. That's good thinking. Mr. Fraser may have killed Betty out of jealousy. Mr. Clark may have killed his brother in order to inherit his large fortune. Both have a motive.
But Donald did not have access to Dr. Clark's records.
Please allow me to disagree with you, mademoiselle.
Donald was treated by Dr. Clark, was dressing a person. Donald's firm
He
was
works
wrong.
for Court and Brunskill, one of whose clients was Sir Carmichael.
It doesn't prove that I went to Comeside.
You could have done it, and you may have used the opportunity to take a look at Sir Carmichael's records.
You think I'm guilty?
You or Mr. Franklin Clark.
That's ridiculous.
Both of you have a motive. The question is, which of you has the profile that most resembles the murderer?
Donald was prone to aggression, he said.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Clever. I don't think Donald is clever enough. Donald clever. The this bad in this for him that he actually liked traits. He would have made Betty a good husband. He was always attentive and generous to Donald. Oh yeah, he had that great. Right. I should have looked at them first before I started to click. Killed when the 3 respected people. That's rather bold, self-confident. Attentive and generous. The generous part is gonna be he has doubts about himself. Man seduced Betty before talking, taking her to the beach where he strangled her. I guess, yeah. I didn't look at it like that. My bad. But yeah, he says he likes trains, so. Donald is looking mighty suspicious right now. Alice's impulsive. Kind of. Quick temper, yeah, in the quick tempered way. Oh, generous. Oh yes. At least against, according to Megan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donald may share many character traits with the murderer, but he does not have his cold indifference. He has a temper. It is hard to imagine him planning anything. Also, jealousy is his motive, and crimes of passion are rarely planned.
Right, I suppose it's my turn to be subjected to the same scrutiny.
Absolument, Mr. Clark.
Let's do it
Let us
again.
now try and get our brain cells to work.
Okay, is he clever? School report for Frank. I'm going to teach Frank was a good student. Discipline. Franklin sure of himself. Yeah. Is Franklin a seducer? Oh. Yeah. No, he seduced Laura. And does Franklin like trains? Yeah, railway children. And he tried to embarrass the other person on him. Impulsive. And the embarrass would have worked. This one, yeah, the evasiveness is probably the one that won't be. Now the generous, yeah. Well, that one felt like separate from all the other ones the entire time.
As you have all seen,
evasiveness.
there is a disturbing similarity between Mr. Clark's profile and that of the killer. In actual fact, it is exactly the same.
Mr. Poirot, your psychological studies are interesting, but your conclusions do not add up. Why would I have wished my brother's death? The inheritance is lawfully mine. I just have to wait.
No, you had to act quickly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Dr. Gray bothered him. Yeah,
Because of Miss Gray. Mademoiselle, although you haven't been telling the truth, there is no doubt in my mind that you would have found a way to marry Sir Carmichael after Lady Clark's death. For you, Mr. Clark, it was a disaster. If Miss Gray had children by your brother, you would not have inherited a thing. You realized the danger after reading several letters from Comside, especially one in which your brother opened his heart to you. So you hurried home from China, and you took action. In truth, Cust was no more than a puppet manipulated by the real culprit.
Hey.
You, Mr. Clark.
Such an imagination, Mr. Poirot. In fact, nobody manipulated Cust. The famous instructions he received by post. He wrote them on the typewriter. We know that for sure.
Oh no,
Sure.
you know perfectly well. That is not true.
Oh yeah, he could place
Eh bien voilà, light has now been shed on the ABC murders.
the lint, the wheel thing.
Theories are
on it.
ingenious, but you
Could
haven't any
swap them
proof.
around since we
One
never actually
point to
tested
him.
the typewriter.
For the moment, I have no material proof. Either I admit to it, or I bluff.
Invent an item of proof found in Alice Ash's tobacco shop. Lie about the fingerprints found on the typewriter. Say that proof is going to be. Ooh. Ooh. Fingerprints.
One
I think
thing
that's
proves it.
probably more
The prints
solid.
you left on Cust's typewriter.
Enough.
Oh, of course you wiped the typewriter before sending it. But not carefully enough. Scotland Yard has found your print along with those of Cust.
I understand why you never wanted to lend me your new typewriter, and why you were searching through your brother's things. And the hole you dug on the moors. What did you hide there? The knife you used to kill your brother?
Game, set, match. You win, Mr. Poirot.
Oh shit.
But it was worth trying.
Oh shit.
Don't come near me!
Good thing we loaded it with blanks.
I'll never let you take me, Mr. Poirot!
I'm too big brain for this shit.
I'm sorry, Mr. Clark, there is no easy death for you. I expected your reaction, so I used blanks. I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but your second chance has been lost. Franklin Clark will never inherit his brother's fortune.
Very cold, Poirot. Very cold.
Disappointed at having missed the chance to become Lady Clark, Thora Grey left England. Donald Fraser and Megan Barnard married. On Poirot's
Expected.
recommendation, Mary Drower started to work for Lady Clark. The elderly lady's condition suddenly took a turn for the better. And a few months later,
nice.
to Dr. Logan's great surprise, she was back on her feet again. According to this eminent physician, it appears to be an extremely rare case of spontaneous remission. Lady Clark has enjoyed very good health ever since.
Probably because she was in a much more fun environment for her. It's said that she could
Journal
help.
of an Innocent, the incredible story of ABC. As for A.B. Cust, after being advised by Poirot, he made a great deal of money by selling his story to the press. And as for me, and with business booming, the Black Swan has become the #1 tourist attraction in the whole of Yorkshire, even more popular than York Minster.
I don't even know what York Minster. Alright. That was it. I enjoyed that. Could definitely be improved on. Definitely the gameplay is very, very repetitive. And often feels unnecessary. The puzzles were fine, the thinking. I mean, it could, in my opinion, it could be a bit more logical in some of the cases. But they were fine and they were unique. I haven't done anything like that in a puzzle game. Usually, story itself just does that for you, and you don't have to like piece together the train of thought. So I enjoy that. So I'm definitely gonna probably play similar games like this in the future as well. They seem like fun, and I always have enjoyed these type of games in the past, like the point and click games and stuff. I guess those are a bit more rudimentary because they usually have bad graphics, very linear stories that are always the same, and all that stuff. But anyway, so I do like this one for being a bit different than all the others. But that'll wrap it up for me, guys. I'll let the credits roll just to give respect to the maker, and I'll catch you in the next series. Peace out.